Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm the Stupid Gamer, and today I would love to talk with you about crossovers in video games. The way I look at them, I've never heard anyone else look at them the same way. We all know crossovers in video games. They're everywhere now, especially if you play multiplayer games or mobile games. They're everywhere. You can't avoid them. Literally just today, when I went to update apps on my tablet, and I went to the App Store, I get an ad for Spider-Man and PUBG Mobile. Why is Spider-Man and PUBG Mobile? I don't know. It doesn't even make sense because doesn't he need buildings, tall skyscraper buildings to swing from? But PUBG is just pretty empty terrain. So where is he going to be swinging from? I don't know. Last time I checked in with PUBG Mobile, they had Godzilla in the game for some reason. I don't know, I guess because there was a Godzilla movie out and now there's a Spider-Man movie out. So it makes sense. But that's what really got me thinking, like, I need to make a video on this because it's just everywhere. You can't avoid it. Now, Fortnite started it back in like 2017, 2018, when they had John Wick and Avengers in the game, Avengers Infinity War, and you could play as Thanos. But to be fair, Fortnite is a free game, so it kind of gets a pass on that, okay? And I could make a whole video. I think I might talking about the good things and the bad things that Fortnite has brought to the video game industry because it has been extremely impactful. But why do I make the distinction that Fortnite is free? Why does that matter? Well, it's because crossovers in video games are just ads. They're advertisements. That's all they are. They are advertisements in your game. Now, it's not so bad if it's a free game because they need to make money somehow, right? That's the trade-off. You play the game for free and you're going to get things like microtransactions and skins they're going to try to sell you and crossovers, all this stuff, right? Because crossover events, normally there's some limited time game mode you can play, but it's all a method to try to get you into the shop to buy that overpriced skin they have for that character or whoever they put in the game. But the game is free. So that's the price you actually have to pay when you play a free game. But when you pay $70 for a game, like the new Call of Duties or Battlefield 6, and they're still putting crossovers in your game, which are advertisements, that I find to be unacceptable. That crosses a line for many reasons. Besides it being an advertisement in your paid game, which is messed up on its own because you paid for the game, why are you getting ads in your paid game now, right? If you want to put ads in the player's game, make the game free. But it also ruins the game's identity. When you have games like Call of Duty used to be based around like specific wars. Like it was fiction, but it was inspired by real wars and stuff. And it felt serious and there was a tone and there was an atmosphere to it. And you kind of felt like you were fighting kind of felt like you were fighting in a real war, even when you're just playing on the multiplayer team deathmatch, whatever. It felt like you were involved. It brings you into the game world. Atmosphere is great in video games. But now, if you play Call of Duty, what you're going to see running around is not even human beings anymore. You have gorillas, you have Skeletor, you have Terminator, you have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you have the giant dudes from Attack on Titan, which looks super freaky. You have these Teletubby things. They have everything in Call of Duty now. Everything and anything. They don't care. It doesn't matter. Just throw it in the game and hope that stupid little kids will buy it for $20 a pop, right? It's a big problem. And even Battlefield 6 now has a Top Gun crossover that they're doing. And in my last video, I think I talked about how Battlefield 6 is copying a lot of Call of Duty things for worse. And that's just another example of how they're copying Call of Duty. Why can't a game just be its own thing now? Have its own world, have its own story, have its own atmosphere, have its own identity. Why? Why does every game have to be every other game with every other game inside this game? It doesn't make sense. Fortnite kind of gets a pass again because it didn't really ever have its own identity. I mean, pretty close to when the Battle Royale launched, they started putting the paid advertisements in there. But for games like Battlefield or Call of Duty, or, I mean, really anything else, especially if it's paid, right? You just shouldn't do it. Let the game be its own thing and not have to take other games and put it inside itself. It's dumb. And it's just insulting to the player because like I said, they're ads in your game that revolve around trying to get you into the shop to buy overpriced skins. Half the time it's in a first person game where you can't even see the skin that you're using. You're only using the skin so that other people can see you using that skin. It's completely weird. It makes no sense, but it works, I guess. But it just feels insulting. And you treat your players hoping that they're stupid little kids. You don't treat them with respect. You don't treat them saying, thank you for buying our game and paying money for it. Here's the game. Here's the full experience, right? We're not going to bombard you with ads and try to suck more money out of your wallet. It just feels really crappy. And it's in so many games now. It just makes it really refreshing when you play a game that is its own game, isn't trying to copy all the other games, isn't trying to have every other game in its game. It's just its own thing. And it's like, okay, this is nice. I'm in my own world. This game has atmosphere, it has identity. It's not trying to throw ads at me constantly, trying to get me to buy more skins, right? So there are ads in your paid game. They ruin the game's identity and they disrespect the player. Yet, unfortunately, they seem pretty normalized. I haven't really heard much people complain about them at all. They should especially be doing it for paid games, but even free games too. It's just super annoying when it's all these stupid limited time events where it's just ads trying to get you into the shop to buy stuff. If you could earn the skins without having to pay for them, that'd be a lot better. And I'm sure that does happen every once in a while in a video game. I'm not going to say it's never happened, but pretty much all the crossovers I see, they're trying to get you to buy a $20 skin or whatever, right? Call of Duty, sometimes it's like $60 if I remember correctly. But it's really just the video game industry's latest form or next evolution of things like loot boxes and microtransactions and store skins. They're just taking it to the next level as video game companies or publishers try to figure out constantly, okay, what's the new strategy we can use to suck even more money out of people's wallets when they play their video games and make them okay with it. And they've succeeded because a lot of people are okay with this. You don't really see much people criticizing this at all. I made this video because I've never heard anyone talk about it in the same way I have. I've heard people complain about the Call of Duty skins being too goofy, but other than that, that's really it. In-game shops are completely normalized now, like in Battlefield, where you have these shops and you have these skins that are really cool that should be in the game. They are, but you have to pay $20 for them. And battle passes too. Every game has a battle pass now, right? Of content that's in the game, but you have to pay money for the privilege to unlock it when you should just be able to unlock it by playing the game because you already bought the game. But nope. This is a problem with modern gaming. When you play a modern game and you're bombarded with all this stuff everywhere, all the battle passes, all the skins, all the crossovers, all the seasons, everything that just disrespect you as a player. They do not respect your purchase. They treat you like you're a stupid kid. They hope that you're a stupid kid who's going to take their mommy's credit card and buy the $20 skin, right? That's what they want. It shows that they don't want to put time into making the game better. They want to make skins hoping that you will buy them and give them more money. Video game publishers need to stop putting ads in their paid games and free games because it makes the game lose its identity and it disrespects the players. We want to treat the players with respect. If you feel the same way as I do, please let me know. But it's something that I felt like I had to say because it's only getting worse. And I don't know what the next thing is going to be in the video game industry of how they're going to suck money out of your wallet. I don't know, but it's probably only going to get worse from here. And I felt that the least I could do was at least talk about it. So let me know if you enjoyed today's video. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. And stay stupid. I don't know. I should probably think of like an outro or something to say. But I don't know. We'll get there.